What's up, guys? It's your boy, the Wolf. Now, I noticed some of you guys have not subscribed, and I'm a little hurt that you guys keep coming back, getting information, and haven't hit subscribe. You can easily just hit the subscribe. You don't have to hit the notification of every time I upload a video. I get it. You probably have 20 or 30 other YouTube people that you're seeing. Cheaters. All right, so thank you. But yeah, I would appreciate if you guys would join. You don't have to join all the stuff, but if you do want the private information and the private talks, feel free to join the Wolf Pack, which, much like my extra videos, because I have over almost 700 now, are available on YouTube's main page. And you can either click the join button for the Wolf Pack, or just click the uploads and then the view all if you want to see all of the videos. The ones that YouTube doesn't show you. Not the private ones, but just the other ones that are, the other 600 that you haven't seen. All right. So this particular video is going to be, once again, like my ring, my halo ring of goodness. So this one's about torts. Okay. Now, we've done videos on torts before. What is a tort? The short version of a tort is basically, even though most of your public officers have state immunity, okay, so they can't be prosecuted through, in normal terms, especially on their own levels, but federal level is a whole different thing. And, but personally, if they personally hurt you or personally defamed you, or let's say that they go on their own YouTube channels, use your video and talk crap about you and call you a sovereign citizen when you're not, that's slander, and they're liable for a tort. Okay, you can make them pay. All right. So, or whatever else they've done to you. So we're going to kind of check out some of the things that involve a tort. Now, to get this, and unfortunately, I'm not making any money on this because these people haven't gotten back to me to set up an affiliate link or anything like that, but that's fine. We're still here to promote the information. So this is by Bar Charts Incorporated or Quick Study. Okay. Just Google either one of those two. And you can get one. These are only like $7, guys. Like literally $7.95 US. And the information in here will make all the difference when you've been wronged by a police officer or whoever else. Maybe they took your car. Maybe they had it towed. Maybe the handcuffs were on too tight and bruised you. Or whatever else to your personal property or to your person. This is going to tell you all of the things that you need to know. What you can go after, how you can go after, what you can't do, all that good stuff. So, all right, international torts, meaning around the world, okay? Prima facie case and is an act. One, it's voluntary, so they volunteered to do this. Non-accidental physical muscular movement, failure to act when there is a legal duty. Now, we know from the book I have over here that the police typically in the United States, which are LEOs, law enforcement officers for a private corporation that operates as the state of or the county of or whatever else, by their own books have no obligation to protect you. Okay? So if they have no obligation to protect you, then we have no obligation to utilize their services, which is where an estoppel or a cease and desist, because we don't have to have or utilize their public service, where they have no obligation to protect you. Okay? But we've made videos on how to do that, the proper letter to send off and whatever else. So, but remember, fair is fair. So they may not be so apt to help you if you need them in the future. So just saying, let's just keep it real. All right? If you ask them for the help, yeah, they're supposed to help you, but they have no obligation to protect you. That's what the book says. Which book? I'm glad you asked. Hold on. Because I'll show you. Yeah. This book right here. Law and Litigation. National Lawyers Guild. This is the expensive book that if you can get your hands on it and you want to know how to deal with them, most of the cops don't even know all of that's in here. They don't know all of the law. They study 9 months on and off to become, an officer as a cadet, and they don't know all of the law. They don't. They know traffic citations, which are not criminal in most cases. They are civil. The judge even said, well, this is a quasi-criminal that's not actually a jurisdiction. And what you're doing is fraud, and it's illegal. It either has to be civil or criminal. Okay? So Constitution has already backs us on our stance, and the Supreme Court has already ruled that most of these infractions are in fact not arrestable offenses, and that they are civil. Okay? So anyway, let's go on. So let's see here. Tort to persons. Battery. Intent to cause harmful or offensive contact judged by a reasonable person standard unless defendant knew of plaintiff's beliefs and sensitivities. So in other words, just on that right there, guys, okay, if you've sent off your affidavits to the chief of police where they're supposed to keep a record of you and update their little file with their notes, and you've told them that your beliefs or sensitivities are that you don't like to be touched, you are sensitive, you bruise easily, your beliefs, meaning your faith, your ecclesiastical claims is that you don't deal with touching of people and that you are not a part of their system and blah, 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 blah. They shouldn't be touching you, period. That's the law. But if you've never made those things, then you can't really say too much because, well, they weren't informed. You never informed them. Okay, so physical. Invasion of a victim's person via extended personality doctrine, something to connect to a victim's person that is regarded as part of the person. Harmful or offensive contact occurs. No actual injury is required. Okay. So they don't even have to injure you for this to be an effect for a tort. Offense is sufficient. Taking indecent liberties without consent, okay, such as a slap on the butt, for example, may be used as an alternative pleading in a sexual harassment case. A woman who agrees to only be seen by a female doctor instead of a male doctor may have a case of battery if the doctor knew of her request but would have intent or knowledge or purpose that he would be touching, that his touching would be offensive or harmful. So when he touches her for a physical exam, that would constitute offensive touching. Whoa. Makes sense, but, you know. Damages. Victim is entitled to nominal damages and compensation for resulting mental disturbance. Okay? Do you feel that you were hurt mentally by them doing this? Mm-hmm. Okay. Punitive damages can be awarded except where defendant has the defense of mistake of fact. Okay. Mental invasion of the victim's peace of mind. Well, yeah, having your car towed or having cuffs put on you or being touched, even though they're, well, I'm just an officer, I have the right to frisk you. Not according to this. Okay, you can do that. Guess what? A nice $150,000 tort sounds good to me too. Requirement of an overact. Words coupled with conduct. So you can go after these people for their words, and not just a police officer, but somebody else for their words and their conduct. No proof of harm is required. Damages available are the same as for battery. Also including, okay, so next, false imprisonment. Intent to confine. Act or omission of confinement to a bonded area set by defendant. Restraint must be against the victim's will. That's all you need. Voluntary submission negates imprisonment. So if you basically say, okay, yeah, I'll go with you, well, then you've consented. All right. Torts to property, physical invasion, trespass to your property. Okay. Plaintiff is harmed by interference, physical damages, or deprived of use of a substantial period of time. Conversion, common law. Defendant who found lost goods converted them to his or her own use, then returning them. Governmental entities. A shopkeeper's privilege. Private necessity, public necessity, defense of property, defense of others, self-defense. Self-defense. Reasonable belief as to the apparent necessity. Force must be reasonable, proportionate to the harm threatened. Retaliation and revenge is not allowed. Responsible mistake is allowed as to the need for the self-defense. Owners of occupied land, breach of duty, sources of duty, negligence, failure to perform an obligation, tort reform, malpractice cases, duty created by a promise, special relationship doctrines, if someone's in your car, prenatal harm, recoverable losses, survivor claims, wrongful death, wrongful birth claims, statutory limits, manufacturing defects. Now we're kind of talking about products, design defects, defenses, damages, settlements, and appropriations, information defects. So yeah, guys, there's a ton of cases and information that you guys can get from these sources. Consents, causes of action, remedies, all on how to learn how to not only defend yourself, but to attack these people who've done damage or wrong to you, mental, physical, or whatever else. All in these bad boys. So that's it, guys. Badwolf is out for now, but if you guys like the information, you know what to do. I'm not even going to say it. Do the right thing always in whatever you do. Self-govern. Always control yourself and be in the business professional demeanor when dealing with your other people and these public officers, because it is business at the end of the day. And some of them, though they are our fellow Americans, who have converted themselves over into foreign public officials by their foreign registration agreements, and they may not know all this information. Nobody knows all the law. So don't be cocky, don't be, dicks or anything like that, but state your facts, handle yourself admirably, and at the end of the day, if they don't want to cooperate after you can contacting the highest person in authority, then it's time to file a tort against each and every one of them personally, or take them to federal court and, well, do what you got to do. Because if that's the only way they're going to listen, got to hurt their pockets, they hurt you. But don't respond back physically. Pen is mightier than the sword, my good people. So that's it. Just your humble navigator in these maritime waters. And I'll talk to you later. And don't forget, if you have a chance or a choice, try to sign things in blue versus black. Blue means you're in the water, but you're underneath your own jurisdiction. Black is all them. But why do they like black? And yet they, you know what? Never mind. We'll talk about that later. Talk to you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your days. Badwolf's out. Got more videos to make.